But the good news is that we have a choice. There is another option. Instead of funding non-viable special interest projects, Americans can capitalize on our own viable resources that are right there at our doorstep. We can tap them. They're just waiting to be tapped. They're warehoused. Billions and billions of barrels of oil right there, warehoused underground in Alaska. And so much natural gas. Clean, green, affordable, easy to transport, abundant across the U.S., whether used conventionally or to power natural gas cars or to power power plants to run those that charge electric cars. Natural gas is an ideal bridge fuel to the future. A future when renewables can someday become more reliant and economical and reliable. I warn Americans so often when I have the chance that it's a false utopian fairy tale told that would want you to believe that we don't need to drill for oil in the U.S. No, government manipulating energy supplies, manipulating any aspect of an economy, it leads to more people becoming more and more dependent upon government to meet their needs. It is social engineering. To me, it's immoral, and it's a problem that we, the people, have got to be brave enough to tackle. One of our needs for energy independence, the reason, is that it is such a strategic challenge, and it's joined by another strategic challenge in our lives. And in America, that would be our unsustainable government debt, which hampers economic growth too. And on this, there are no easy answers, but I think there are simple answers. We just need to apply the courage and the political will to confront the problem squarely. Obviously, we need to stop digging the hole that we are in there that has led to a $14 trillion national debt. We need to cut spending. We need to cut government back down to size and get rid of overly burdensome regulations. And most of all, we need job growth. We need job growth that won't come from top-down government planning. It's going to come from the free market. It's going to come from the ingenuity that is there in the free market. And that's by ordinary Americans, ordinary entrepreneurs who have a dream for a better life for them, for their families, to release the creative energy. Well, we need to do on a national level what our former President Ronald Reagan did back in the 1980s. It's what I believed in as a reforming mayor and a governor in my state, because I want the free economic choices of ordinary men and women to power the marketplace, rather than distant bureaucrats thinking that they can plan and grow an economy by government decree, because that just doesn't work. And I know that you understand this, India, because in the early 1990s, due to clear, common sense, pro-free market reforms, India's economy took off. What you did in choices that were made were so wise. You abolished import licenses, you cut import duties, removed investment caps, and broke the union's grip on industry. You unleashed the creativity and the hard work of the Indian people. You turned away from a system where central government sets targets for all sectors of the economy to a system that lets the market set its own targets. And that works. People no longer speak of India as a struggling economy as perhaps we would have 30 years ago. Today, we speak of India as a dynamic and vibrant economy. And what you did was empower individuals. And in doing so, you've reminded America of what made our country exceptional, that free entrepreneurial model that made our country great and prosperous, truly made America exceptional. See, if we unshackle the creative energy of our workers and entrepreneurs, there is no reason in the world that we can't get back to that rapid growth and prosperity. Friends, some people want to claim that the geopolitical scene has so changed that some would actually claim that America is in decline. The United States, they would say, will soon be a shadow of its former self. Well, I completely reject that. It represents wrong-headed thinking by some friends and wishful thinking by our enemies. It represents those who just don't understand America's foundation and where we can be again. America's demise has been predicted before. It didn't happen then, and it will not happen in the future. No, America is not in decline, but what is in decline is that idea of tax and spend, centralized bureaucracy that has brought America to the point of debt and deficits in the first place. These big government ideas are once again, thankfully, being consigned to the ash heap of history, though they won't go quietly to the grave. From the beginning, my faith has never been in big government. My faith is in the American people, and we are turning things around. Now, all great nations face the challenges that come with a changing economy, changing demographics, and new technologies. The nations that succeed in the face of these challenges are the ones that show innovation and ingenuity and will empower a free people. These qualities are the hallmarks of the American experience and the unique strengths of the American people. My vision for my country is an America that unleashes those strengths and confidently engages in leadership throughout the world. My vision for America is one that would welcome the healthy competition and the partnership of rising economic powers in a democracy like India. The relationship between our countries could shape the course of the next century, tilting it in the direction of free people, free markets. The future lies with us. We're half a world apart geographically, but we are connected with so much in common. We both have deep and historical democratic traditions, and we are the world's most diverse and tolerant and dynamic societies. Our peoples enjoy very close ties, and in recent years, our governments are finally catching up. There are few limits to what India and America can do together to allow a more peaceful and prosperous world. Tragically, we both have been the targets of terrorism. We both have witnessed the courage of our people in combating terror, and we are both committed to seeing terrorism defeated. And we both want to ensure that China's rise is peaceful while hedging against risks that it could be otherwise.